Morning, gang. Good evening, good morning. It's going to be noisy for the first part of today's stream. I will probably do this the way we've been doing it recently. Normally, I would just use this tool and spend an hour or so whapping around, cleaning out all the excess, and then spend a couple of hours cleaning up. It's no good just making noise for a full hour for you guys. So what I'll do is I'll do it bit by bit. I'll take the hammer and I'll clear out a certain area of this instead of the whole thing. Then I'll get my quieter chisels and clean up, so we don't have a whole 90-minute stream full of nothing but useless banging. But I do have to do this. I can't avoid it altogether. And before I start banging, what I've done is I've moved the microphone as far away from myself as I can. It's on an arm over there, away from the bench. So it's about full arm's length away from the bench. But I've also got some filters ready, and I'll need your help on this. Let me show you what I mean. The microphone setting here, the audio setting in my broadcast software has a compressor built in. And at the moment, these settings you see at the bottom left here, these are the compressor settings for the audio. And as we go along banging here, it might just be awful for you guys to listen to. So I'll need some advice on how to set the compressor here. Maybe we can even just start right now, just the loud noise. I don't know what that's doing to the sound, but if anybody's got some advice on how I can adjust these compressor settings, it would be appreciated, because I myself don't understand. I understand the words attack, release, how the sound decays, but I don't have any idea how to use these settings to best get a clean audio signal onto the world. So maybe for the first few minutes here, I should just leave this thing here. You can still read that. I'll leave it down there. I'll leave that in place, and if anybody's got professional experience here, can tell me what to do. Fire off some numbers, tell me what to adjust, and I'll adjust it in real time, and we'll see how that affects the noise making this morning. We'll start right away. Try lowering output gain to -3 dB. Let's see what that does. This is just an image, but I can actually pop up the settings, filters. Okay, output gain is now set to 3. It doesn't change in this image because what you're seeing there is a static image. Try it again. Well, that will just turn all my voice down. You can't hear my voice. I don't know. Anyway, let me do a bit of this and I'll have a look back and forth, back and forth. Glasses tag here. Okay, trial number 1. Sound is pretty good, shouldn't mess with it too much. Okay, no problem. Good. Okay, well, I'll leave things alone for a while then. Let's keep going. I'll do it bit by bit here. I'm also trying to keep reasonable. You can notice I'm holding the hammer near the head. I'm not holding it back here. Later on, when we're out in wide open areas with a bigger chisel, out here, I'll switch to holding the hammer right back at the hand to give me some power on the thing. But right now, because we're up close, the hammer holding happens near the head, so it's not so loud today. More of a tapping than a persuading, right? So let's see. I should give you a bit of an update of what's happening here on today's stream. Plan for today's stream. I'll be doing some carving here, of course, on this. But we've got something else planned for you. When Cameron gets here, I'll have to do it. We got some interesting stuff the last couple of days. We've talked before about this Steve Carver, who had this bench, Harada-san. Died many, many, many years ago, around the time I was born. And I got the bench here from his son. And I think we might have talked about this last week. His son is now moving out to a smaller house and cleaning up some more. And he's brought over a whole bunch more stuff, a whole bunch more wood blocks that his father carved back in the, 1940s, 1950s, perhaps 1960s. And some of them are a real puzzle. And when Cameron gets here, we're going to talk about this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the block. I'm going to show you something that's printed from it. That's what Cameron's going to do for me. He's going to scan that. And I need your help to help me try and figure out what on earth this stuff is. I thought I kind of not knew everything. I thought I knew quite a lot about how this printing business worked, but I'm puzzled by what we're seeing on these blocks. So as soon as Cameron gets here, I'll have him scan a couple of images, and we'll then show it to you and share the puzzle with the chat here. So that'll happen, I guess, whatever it is, half an hour from now or whatever when Cameron gets here. And there's also other news for a few of you. The video I made a couple of weeks ago showing my early times in printmaking, I introduced some prints on the video, prints by Okada Yoshio. The fact that I mentioned it on the video seems to have woken up a bit of interest in that. And one of my associates here who has knowledge of the dealer wholesale world has come up with another set of those prints, and they arrived here yesterday afternoon. So we have an extra full set of the Okada prints just arrived yesterday. And we've got maybe today we'll try and get some chance to inspect them. They look to be in pretty good condition. We opened it up just to take a quick look, and they look pretty good. Got another comment on the audio here, do we? So we try that. We might have to move it back. Let me try it. I'll pop up the audio again. Right, this gentleman's asking for a ratio as it is, threshold -25. Do I know how to get back if this doesn't work? At the moment it's -18, so I put that to -25. Height. Attack 1 millisecond. At the moment it's 660 and -3, because I got to be able to get back here. Attack is now turned down to 1, release as it is, output gain +5. Well, I'm going to find out. I wonder me do exactly 5. Here it is 5.1, here it is 4.9, 5. Okay, these are the new settings as Cousin Octavia is suggesting here. First, let's just try it this way. Testing my voice, testing my voice, testing a loud sound. Let's try what it does with a hammer. And the verdict is... The verdict is okay, no disaster. Now what I should do then, let me take a screenshot. Voice is louder and hammer soft. This is way better. Okay, let me take a screenshot of this setting then. Okay, there are our current settings. Okay, so let's leave it there for a bit and see what happens. Thanks for the advice. Thank you. Maybe later you might explain to me in an email or something how this works so I can sort of understand. Okay, let's do what I said I'd do before. Time to switch now to a bit of a quieter tool. So, as I've mentioned before, the normal procedure for this would be to do the whole block to this level now. Clear all the oceans, leaving just the land, and then finally clean out the inside. But as I said, it makes no sense for me to sit here for an hour doing all that, just banging. So we'll now switch to step 3. Step 1 was cutting the lines. Step 2 is cleaning out the oceans. And step 3 is fixing the shorelines. So let's do that. Let's move up now to the next level. So what we should do at this point is I pull back to a close in, put the microphone back to its normal place, turn off this compressor thing, right, now that we're finished. I can't just turn it off, I've got to destroy it. Soka. 10, minus 25, 160, and 5. Keep the settings. Doesn't hurt to leave it on. Okay, let's try. Let's leave it on. So the man says. Everybody knows more than I do about this. So let's leave it alone. Put the light on. Zoom ourselves in. Hang on a sec, guys. Let me get to find the spot here. Let's zoom in. I think it's too close to the microscope, you know. Way too close. Right, sorry for fooling around. Different jobs, you know. Okay, let's get some chisels ready. Ice ski clearing chisel. Ice ski clearing chisel. This is the flat, I'd say this is a bullnose, wide flat bullnose chisel. And I'll need a smaller one. Okay, let's get to the next step. A bit too wide. Smooth out the bottom of the oceans. Again, I'm not sure how much to repeat about this. We have to keep the bottom of the oceans as smooth as possible, because when you're making prints in multiple quantities, any roughness at the bottom of the oceans picks up pigment from the brush, starts to build up islands, and it comes up on top of the finished print.
Always working with the wood grain. I've been speaking with Jed again last night and this morning. We have a non-stop open Skype conversation going back and forth, planning for this next year's series. And he's got some really good designs. He's on fire at the moment, and he's got some really good designs that are just going to work really just right for this series. So for those of you who know what these terms mean, what we're trying to do clearly is we're trying to build a Shinhanga series for next year, and it's going to be a bit Shinhanga light. We can't go full on 60 colors, 60 blocks for every one of these prints. It's going to be a subscription series. So he and I gotta say well, struggling's not the right word, whatever, we're working towards the creation of a series of designs that have the look and feel of the traditional Shinhanga prints, but that are doable on a budget. You know, it sounds like a bit of a contradiction in terms, but we've got ideas for prints where we'd like to be going in the future. Some spectacular stuff we'd like to do, but we know we can't build it yet. So this is sort of, I can't say it's training wheels for us. That sounds a bit too, kindergartenish. But the set of prints we want to build over the next year is going to be that. It's Shinhanga light, hopefully with a beautiful look and feel of those prints, and yet at an affordable level. I don't have copies of them here to show you. I'm sure he's Instagramming every single stage he's doing. He just test prints and Instagrams them because he wants some feedback from people. And he wants people to tell him how good it is. His Jed's on here, I don't know. Are we okay with the audio? I can leave it alone. What's the question? What's the depth of the oceans? I don't know. I know the maximum depth. The wood we're using here, you can see the edge of it. Oops, I just screwed things up. The wood we're using here it's not even 5, it's 4 to 5 millimeters cherry. 4/5 millimeters cherry on top of the core. And I never, ever go down inside that. So whatever the deepest point in these oceans are, it's really never more than 4 millimeters or so. So it's not a direct scale. You can't write a mathematical formula. It's simply like how far from the shore you go down, and the farther you go, the deeper you go. It's that concept. But there's a maximum you don't have to go below. There's no trenches here. So I'm within that limit. I'm within 4 millimeters. And again, don't too much sweat the measurements. If you're making prints, you can easily find out. As soon as you try making the print, you'll find out if it's touching or not. You know. For me too, it was a long process of fighting. And here at the studio, we're still fighting. I know Chon-san, the young carver from Hong Kong, he's doing recent Heroes prints, and he's doing the sushi cats as we speak. He and our printers are wrestling because he wants to carve shallow, and they want him to go a bit deeper because they're continually getting blocks. And the area of contention with him is he's okay in this area, but he's not okay in this area. He's too shallow right here at the drop-off, the continental shelf. And they want it deeper there, but they don't want a cliff. So it's just, I can't even describe it in words. If the continental shelf is shallow, then it bangs when you're printing here. But if the cliff at the edge is too strong, then the brush bangs and it pulls off pigment to make tamari. But it can't be a gentle slope. There's got to be a tiny cliff, maybe 0.5 millimeter high, and then a quick drop off. It's really difficult to describe in words. And he and we are John-san and Sugi-san are wrestling back and forth on how to make that shape. And a little bit of the problem is he doesn't have experience printing, so he doesn't have a feel for it. And he's thinking, that should be okay, that should be okay. But it's not okay. So we're really wrestling with that here these days. When I was making all the blocks myself, it was no problem because I'm a carver and I'm a printer. I see it from both sides. I see I made a mistake this morning by leaving the door open. I was thinking it was going to be a bit of a cool day, so I left the front door and the back window open for a breeze. And I see now that was a mistake because my shirt is already soaked. So once Cameron gets here, I got to ask him to shut the door and put the cooler on. So. It's still August. Right now, I'm on the ground floor of the Mokohankan building. Somebody's asking here. I'm on the ground, level 1, the street level. In fact, you can hear street sounds outside. I got the door open at the moment. You can see right behind me. That's the outside street. Somebody's phone is ringing, not mine. Against the grain in this corner. I'll chip it out first, I think. It's gonna be a stinker today. I'm sweating and my shirt is wet on the back already. It's like 8:30 in the morning. It changes so quickly. When I got up at 6 or so, I thought it really felt like it was going to be a cool day. How quickly it changes. Once that sun comes up, 1 minute break. I gotta close the door. Hang on a sec. Back in a minute. This is too much now. Oh, he's just here. Look at this. I was just giving up to go do that. Cameron's here. Good. I made a mistake. I left the door open. I was thinking it was a cool day. It's a mistake. He's just in time.
Yes.
Shut it down, sir. Punch that button.
Yep. Let's get some air flow.
Okay, while you're at the back, can you hit the fridge and bring me? I've got a drink in there. Not the one.
Gina?
Yeah, please, not the beer. That's the one.
Not the beer.
So,
Don't want to start.
it was so cool. I came in here about 6:30 and it was just cool and breezy, and I thought, hey, no problem, you know. But that was a mistake.
Yeah, it got hot fast.
Yeah, so exactly, it got hot fast. That's crazy. Shut the window, please, two cameras. Oh,
I didn't see that.
sorry. Okay, this is cool. Having people here. Go and get me a drink from the fridge, please. Sorry about that, guy. He's not here to be a gopher, but whatever. Just the right man at the right place at the right time. So, actually, before you get settled in, there's stuff going on today. I'll need your help. No. This is interesting. There you go. Excuse me, just a moment.
Get a drink.
Today's stream brought to you by
Our sponsors.
Here, these 2 sheets of paper. Okay, this is what I need some help with. This is for the last part of today's stream here. Hang on a sec.
From Harada-san?
They're from Harada-san. I explained a little bit already to you. So we've got these blocks. And I did some test printing yesterday, which you see.
Right.
And I cannot figure out what is going on. Just for a quick explanation, just so you know what I want to talk about today.
Yeah.
These are for making envelopes, you know, the little money gift envelopes,
Right.
obviously. But they're for printing and cutting and folding. But there's all kinds of black spots and lines in the area. And what's the folding? You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, after you print that, how do you trim it? How do you fold it? These black lines are in the way. And Shiba-san and I sat here for literally 2 hours. She's almost late going home, and she got a couple scissors and.
Okay, that's what I was going to say. Have you tried just cutting it apart?
We have, but we could not figure it out. So these guys are, what's going on? Can you, before you settle down, can you scan these please upstairs?
Okay.
Put them somewhere where I can show these guys.
Okay.
And we'll talk about it in the stream here.
All right. Interesting.
Is that okay?
Yeah,
Put them up there.
definitely.
Maybe put them in a Mokohankan temporary folder or something. 2 names on it. We'll post the information in the stream. They can see it, and we'll talk about it. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, no problem. So interesting.
You heard a bit of that. We'll talk about it more once he gets back.
Forget my back.
That was fast.
Yeah. We've got a really good scan. Don't even need to go to it.
Nobody's laughing that they met somebody, no idea. Oh, it is cooler already. Okay, where's next? Up here, I guess. Excuse me. Yeah. Here he comes. Footsteps on the stairs. Hey, good. Thank you.
We're in here already.
Hey, sure. You know, within seconds. It really works quickly. So,
What I just think.
so okay.
Got contemporary envelope 1 and envelope 2. No spaces or underbar or anything.
All right, let's have a look here. Let's see what we need to do to get them. What should I do? I should maybe drag the image down here so I can pop it into the... Okay, hang on a sec while I get this sorted out. I've got to go and collect the 2 scans that Cameron's had just made. In the attachments?
In a temporary.
Oh, temporary, okay. Yeah. Let's publicly announce all our URLs.
Yeah.
Not. It's okay. An envelope? Mm-hmm. Here. Oh, I see them. Okay. Yeah, I can... Look, if you can publicize that address, it doesn't matter. Okay. Let me bring them both down then so I can show them on the stream.
What else to say?
And also...
If you want to download the real thing.
Okay, here we go. Okay. What we're about to start talking about, here's the 2 URLs. HTTPS, I've got to remember now, right?
Yep.
Hongkong.com temporary. NENVELOPE
1 and 2.
Just one, envelope 1 dot JPG?
Mm-hmm.
No 01 or...
Right, yeah, because I knew we just had
You're
2.
not a programmer, I envelope 1.
No, well...
What happens when you get to number 10? What are you going to do now?
I knew we only had 2. If I didn't know how many we had, I would have chosen them. More digits. I chose to use
Can I find another way to hassle this guy? Hey, here we go. Okay, these are the 2 scans that Cameron just made. And for those of you who don't have other, let me pop it up on our screen here. Hang on a sec. Let me go and find one. Excuse me. I'll get the first one. Which is which? I don't know. Let's just get number 1.
The longer one is number 1.
Let me start with number 2, because there's more stuff to explain on here. Okay. Oh, it's horizontal. Vertical. Okay, anyway, it can't be helped.
It can be rotated.
Okay, again, what this is all about.
You probably even rotated it within.
I can't, I've already tried that before. Okay. I had to rotate them. When we had a slideshow of vertical and horizontal, I couldn't do that. So. Yeah, just let me pop it out of the way for a moment while I explain what's going on. Okay, slugs. Get my legs out of the way. Okay, thanks for your patience while we got this going. What we got? Harada-san, the guy whose desk, the old carver who used this desk that I'm on. The desk was given to me, whatever, 5 years ago or something. Given to me a while ago. The son who gave me the desk came by last week. They're downsizing. He's actually been kicked out of his house, it seems, whatever. So he's got to get rid of a bunch of stuff. He brought a bunch of wood blocks, about 40 or 50 blocks. Not that many, 30 or 40 blocks. Some of which are complete junk. They're just random stuff that was used. We'll plane those off and we'll use the wood itself for future projects. And some more were some New Year's cards, the New Year's cards he made over a few years. Right. Some of which may actually be useful for us in the Hunger Club series.
Yeah.
Haven't test-proofed them all yet. And in among there was a dozen or so blocks, 10, 11 or 12 of these. And what these are, in Japan, certainly in the old days, and still to some extent now, when you give donations of money, you go to a wedding or a funeral or whatever, or something, or somebody's graduated, your neighbor's kid graduated, you got to give some money. We have what's called a noshi bukuro. Noshi bukuro. Noshi, N-O-S-H-I. And they're still used. Now, in the old days, of course, these things were wood block printed. Actually, in the real old days, they were tied with gold string and stuff like that. You know, now the string pattern is printed.
Yep.
It goes on. Anyway, noshi bukuro. And what we have are a bunch of wood blocks that must clearly have been used to make noshi bukuro. You can see on the one here, there's a fish. This is a bream, sea bream, and in Japan it's called tai. And then we have the word congratulations is omedetai. And they picked up the pun with the word tai, and all envelopes for gifts or happiness or whatever have to have a bream dancing there.
Of course.
There's there's bamboo and some kind of cherries, some kind of berries. There's many allusions that I myself don't know. And there's a standard sort of envelope. It looks like the little envelope that we get chopsticks in when we're in a restaurant. And again, there's lots of meanings here that I don't have any idea about all the things. But the point being, these are decorative items used for these presentation envelopes for giving money. Now this is a wood block for printing a piece of paper. Okay, now I'm speculating. This is a wood block for printing a piece of paper that would, I think, then be trimmed and folded and glued to make one of these envelopes. I've seen those things before. And when I saw this the other day, oh yeah, here's a bunch more of these envelopes. But last night, Shiba-san and I, we tried. We thought, let's make one. So we took this block, we just printed it in the same way that the ink pattern was already on there. Today. So it's going to be another busy day. No, the girls will take care of it.
All right.
The point is, this is an important point. There's no registration marks on this block at all. And we think, yeah, maybe would they have registered it with the corner? Japanese printers don't do that. And also this one doesn't even line up with the edge of the wood.
Yeah.
So no registration marks. First puzzle. Because if there was registration marks, if there were, you print them, stack them up, and with your knife you chop them all at the same time. Send it up, fold it. One by one, with no registration marks, the thing's going to come out on your paper in a random location.
Right.
So if you've got the one that we popped up, or here I've got one here, there's the image area, which is the bream and the image of the folded string. Then there are various what look like registration marks or trimming marks or folding marks. I'm just going to leave it vague. And there's the string here, and the string continues out here with a black bar. The string continues out here with no black bar. We've tried and tried and tried. Shiba-san, we cut it, we folded it, we trimmed it, we printed it again, cut it, folded it, trimmed it. We have no idea how to turn this into an envelope. I don't want to put the staff on this because these guys have work to do. I don't want them all sitting here all day long trimming
Doing
and
origami.
folding, just doing origami. So we'll look at this maybe if somebody's got actually I should whatever.
Have you popped up the image up here?
What I did, I showed
okay.
that one at first, and we can pop it up like this. There, okay, here we are. Yeah. Tell me, you. Well, we're had this together. Let's put it where we can both see because I'm carving here. Also, by the way, too, microphone use. We've been playing with a microphone. I was hammering.
Yeah.
And somebody who, I forget the name, I'm sorry, you'll see it back up, suggested some settings. We pulled out the compressor, made the settings, and it seems like I can talk and hammer at the same time.
Huh.
It seems to have worked. I didn't follow all the content of the conversation, but with the settings this person suggested,
It's okay.
it seems to be okay. So we'll go
Alright.
back and look at it later and try and understand what it is and go through the chat a bit more carefully. But so at the moment, this mic is set with those settings in place.
Yeah.
And when I finished hammering, I said, should I turn it back to the old settings? And the suggestion was, no, leave it. It should still be okay.
Yeah.
So whatever, that's something, remind me later on, we can talk about this. So it's nobody, of course, nobody can tell me, okay, this is what this is. This is something you're going to have to sit there and think about later on and go for it. Let's look at the other one. There's two of them. How do I do that? I've only got one popped up here. Let me just, let's just add another one. Cameron's scanned two of them for me here, so let's just find the other one. Is that it, sir?
I think he started
yes, I
with
think
two.
I started
Yeah.
with two. So good. Should just open it.
This one also.
Yeah, and it'll come in too large. You'll have to.
That's a little too big. Right there,
Yeah.
inch two.
Way too big. So. Hang on a minute while we get the scale down. This one's a different shape. This is longer and thinner, and it has fewer guide marks on it.
That is a very big image.
Okay, we should have done ours. I didn't realize it was good.
Yeah. There, I'll scoot it up a little.
Okay, on this one too, you can see there's some blurry patches around the outside. I was following here the block itself, because this block has been entirely inked. This block didn't, you see there's places where they didn't bother inking it.
Huh.
So, we don't need that part. But again, in the center, right near the envelope part in the middle here, are these guidelines, these guide triangles. And again, no registration marks at all. There's a place on the thumb here where it looks like a piece of paper might have been put down repeatedly, but there are no registration marks. It's also been used heavily because there are marks here, there are carving marks that have been left by the printer. There's the normal carving marks from the carver, and then some of it was a bit too shallow, so the printer gouged it out at the time he was printing so as not to get... Can you hide that just for a second?
Yeah.
Hide both. Maybe drag it down. First click on that and hit the down,
okay.
put them side by side.
Where's image one?
Okay, you're almost there. One more.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Bump it up.
Both got
Okay, put this in. There's, as I said before, these kind of chisel marks are from the original carver. These kind of chisel marks are from the original carver. But little things like this gouge mark here, this is a gouge mark left by the printer. When he was printing it, he found that it was a bit too shallow here, so he quickly gouges out. That would never have been left in this shape by a carver. So point being, this area of the paper, and let's find it on the thing, that's under the fish's tail, that corresponds with, I'm confused now, where am I? Oh, we didn't do that one, it's this one we did, sorry.
Similar design.
Similar design, so anyway, right to the corner, these are gouged by the printer, because it clearly was making marks there. So the paper was kneaded right up to this corner. Looks like an area that would have been kneaded, left on the finished envelope. Now, if you're not sure, are we cutting this far or something like this? No, because any dirty marks there would have been left over would have been okay. But the printer has cleaned up in that corner, which tells me this must be visible in the finished product.
Yeah.
Now, this black mark, would it have been, or is that the place where they trim it? But if this is visible, what about this? What's this? So we have no idea. All these things are left over here. And these are not blocks that were sort of test printed and later they would pull these out. These blocks have been used and used and used and used and heavily used.
Yeah.
This that you're looking at now is the product that came off the blocks ready for the next stage in the manufacturing process. And I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, we can't just sit here. You and I can think about it later. These guys can think about it later. We've given you the URL where the two scans are. So you can, if those of you who are interested in trying to figure this out with scissors and paste and put your IQ onto it, download the two images and have a go at it. And we can talk about it maybe in the next stream. If we get some reaction, either send myself or Cameron an email or, put an image up and we can talk about it in the next stream or something. But there's no point now in just sitting here and scratching our heads for this. It's out there, it's posed for you. You can see there's one of the ones that we were trying to figure out last night. We were trying to double fold and single fold and backwards fold. And come on. It was fun.
It was fun.
It was fun. So, Josh, let me get back to my carving. Let's revert to a normal stream track here.
Okay.
I'll get back to my normal carving and put that.
I think this will go over there on top of those blocks, or I can take them. Okay. Might be bento wrapping paper. I think a little too small for a bento box. And with all the symbols and everything. Yeah. Okay. So it looks like not received an answer to an email. I will get to you today. There's been a lot going on.
There has been a lot going on.
Yeah. Some things that aren't orders or don't need a response today have been pushed down a little bit. I'm sorry about that.
I don't know where I am. Am I on in?
You are right in the middle.
Just need to zoom up a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Because I zoomed out. So I think I might have moved it. Or let me know because I can't see.
It's looking good. And it just refocused.
Emails, yeah, sorry about that. I just forward them over to you, and you've got your own stuff I don't even see, and they're just stacking up and stacking up.
Yeah. I do work my way through the list, but sometimes it takes a little longer.
That's what I say. But unfortunately. Yesterday, I had my list. This is yesterday's list. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 things on it, and I got 3 finished. But all 3 of those things that I finished were after I closed the shutter last night. This is yesterday's shirt. Oh no! I got a head for jacuzzi this morning. Once the first party's done, I'm heading over to the bath. Shiba-san, I wasted way too much time last night on that.
But it sounds like it was fun.
Yeah.
Frustrating, but fun. Perhaps. Interesting.
Also on the auction thing we mentioned, I teased a little bit, the Octopus prints arrived yesterday.
They did?
Yes. So as I mentioned on the stream, after putting the video up about the Okada Yoshio prints a couple of weeks ago, there's been interesting stuff, and one thing led to another, and we ended up getting an extra set of them. And they arrived yesterday, and they look really, really, really nice. So we have to decide what to do with it.
Yeah.
I've got requests already from people. I would like that one. I want that one. And a good friend Jacques in Holland has a broken set and wants that one. One of these. Yeah. But it's a beautiful set, and I'm really
loath to take it apart.
I really don't want to sort of destroy it. We've already taken it out of the packaging because the original packaging is really prone to getting foxing. So we've kept the packaging. We haven't destroyed it, but I've kept the packaging. But I've got the prints out of it, and you can see here in the packages there's placing where foxing, incipient foxing is just starting on the packaging.
Yeah.
So we have saved this set just in time.
Yeah.
Just in time.
Pleasantly asks, is it possible that these were printed using some kind of a machine instead of registration marks and done by hand? I would be surprised, but what do you think?
They've been brushed by hand. Their normal wood blocks have been brushed by hand. You did a plate and come down and print them. I don't think so. To do that, you need oil-based inks. So I would, whatever, I'm not going to totally say 000, but no, these are normal wood blocks that show every evidence of being printed in the normal way.
By hand, yeah.
But without registration marks. Well, it's okay for short runs. You know, we would do it ourselves that way. You know, you're going to trim each one after you're done. But if it's a production line, you're making envelopes, thousands at a time.
Yeah.
You would have a registration mark so that you can print them up and then slice them up on your little guillotine or whatever. You know.
Interesting. I can remember hearing sometimes about external registration marks. Is that something that was used in that era?
Yeah. But that would mean that the paper would have to be much bigger than this. It's possible because we wouldn't know because the external registration mark's on the guy's bench. So, so yes, you figure out where to go, glue the block to your bench, you know, or nail it down or something. And these blocks don't show any sign of having fasteners or whatever. They'd be nailed to the bench because you got to fix it firmly. You can't just let it sit there if you've got an external registration.
Right. Because if it moves around, then there's no point in having the registration mark.
Exactly. So.
HB thing says, keep the set together.
The set together.
We'll cut that one.
Yeah. That's my basic intention.
Yeah.
But the problem is that keeping it is going to be one expensive item.
Yeah.
No, I don't. At the moment, I have no intention of breaking it up. You know.
Yeah.
We've taken it apart physically. We've stored it separately from its wrappings. But I really would not want to just start selling it piece by piece.
Right.
But we've got, you know, we've got requests for this one and that one, so already there's people that want this one and that one, but I don't know, I don't want to do that.
Ardua asks, does the box the prints come in have a particular name? The packing was immaculate. Are you talking about the Okada print set box? Which box are you talking about? Let us know.
I guess so. I have mixed feelings about it. They made a presentation. You know, when you sell things, you have to have packaging for them. So the basic level is to physically carry the thing back and forth.
Right.
Then the people in their house, what are you going to do with it? So yes, it's a cardboard wrapper with a cloth folder inside of which are paper folders with which each print is mounted in. And the problem is they didn't use like really nice acid-free paper all the way around. And this thing is really prone to getting a molded foxing. But the second problem is, certainly in a climate like we have here, which is inherently damp, except in midwinter, it's damp really from whatever, spring right through most of the year. You put a thing like this on the shelf, you don't open it and look at it all the time, and that's going to kill you. No air movement, plus a damp environment, plus closely, tightly wrapped packaging, and bingo, foxing and mold are the results of that.
Yeah.
Especially when they used bad packaging. So all the Showa era prints, everything post-war, you've got to get it out of its packaging. And we've said this before 100 times on the thread. For woodblock prints, the best packaging is no packaging. They want to be naked. Now, of course, you got to figure out how to protect them. It's like a human being too. We, close it for two reasons. Whatever protection. So. But there's no easy way around it. Prints need to be naked to be preserved in the best possible condition. Maybe you live in Nevada or something. It's maybe much easier. But unfortunately actually, because we couldn't make woodblock prints there.
Kind of funny. They need to be wet in order to be made, but then you want to not let them get so moist because then it also destroys them.
Of course. The people here who work in older book libraries and stuff here in Japan's been fighting this, forever and ever and ever. And people that work in an environment where they're trying to preserve older items, they have this culture, of course, where as soon as the air is clear in autumn, you've seen these libraries, they take the books out one by one, lay them on a flat, dry space in the open air, dry them out. Though you see it every year in the news, the books full of names of people who died at Hiroshima, for example. They bring those out every October, November, on a clear sunny day, lay them out in the sun, turn the pages, and people with white gloves turn the pages one by one to get them aired out. And libraries do the same thing. Libraries with rare books, Edo books and stuff like that. Short of that, you're looking at preserving them in a nitrogen environment in one of these vaults in the British Museum where, they're totally climate controlled or whatever.
Right.
But even that doesn't protect you from the bad packaging.
Yeah.
So all the good prints now in my collection, I've taken them out of the original packaging. I keep the packaging separate. They're stacked up here, like right there. That's the packaging for that last beautiful copy of the Goyo print.
Right.
The package itself is beautiful, so I've kept it, but I can't keep the print in it.
Right. You're working on the puzzle of these mystery blocks.
Good. Yeah. I mean, I'm not expecting an answer right now, right here, sitting here, but if people can think about it, thank you very much. We could maybe later on, if there's time, we've got about 10 of those blocks all together.
Oh, wow.
There's little, they don't all have exactly the same structure, but they have the same thing in that there's the outside border and there's those triangles here and there.
Yeah.
And some of them, the triangles are really close to the actual object that is the main part of the thing.
Yeah.
Is that a trim guide? Is that a folding guide? Is that a guide where you would glue something on top of this? I don't know. It would be really cool if we had the finished product to compare. And I do have a bunch of older things like this in the collection in Ome, and when I get home, I'm going to want to have a look at it.
But were these made by Harada-san or just ones that he's collected himself?
Don't have a clue.
Okay.
All I know is that there they were. He himself, the young man, Harada-san's son, the man I know, has no interest in prints and anything like that. There's no collection of anything. So these were simply in his father's leftover stuff. Got it. The presumption is his father carved them. Why his father would still have them, because they should be used for printing production.
Right.
That's a question he doesn't know. So I said, did your family have a cottage industry? The father would carve, and they'd do some printing and sell the envelopes. He says he doesn't know, but it's certainly possible. Ito-san did that. They had some blocks themselves that they used, rough reprinted, for simple stuff. The mother, the wife, would sit there and
print on it,
or whatever. That was very common. A little household industry. So.
Yeah.
But he doesn't know. His mother's long gone, his father's long gone, doesn't know.
What's the name of these envelopes? Noshibukuro?
So, noshigami is the paper folding around it, and in an envelope form it's noshibukuro. Maybe you could type those terms in so people could...
I think Kantar beat me to it with Japanese.
There's tons of Wikipedia pages and video and stuff on how to properly fold. What are the rules for folding, when you put your money in.
Yeah.
And Kiba-san and I were looking at these last night, but none of them for actually how to make, a woodblock printed envelope. It's when you've got the envelope, how to fold the money inside. The money has to go at exactly the right angle in the little white paper. So there's lots and lots of rules for that. But we couldn't find anything. No, of course not. But we couldn't find anything that applied to what we were doing here. We searched for noshibukuro orikata, noshigami orikata, and lots of things came up, but nothing at this level. It was assuming that they had a finished product, how to use it as a consumer.
Nothing showed up.
Good stuff. Sorry about that. Also, I forgot. Tomorrow. Tanaka-san's going to phone me today, the TV guy.
Oh, okay. Again.
Yeah, he wants to start early tomorrow, because Friday, remember, they want to do this in 2 days, last Tuesday and next Friday. I'm thinking it's going to take 3 days. He said, no, we want to do it in 2 days, So he wants to get an early start tomorrow. as in early start between 8:30 and 9.
Only, or
No, this is happening here we've got an appointment with Shimano-san, the wife of the block plane,
Okay.
at 9 o'clock. So I have got to be at Shimano-san's place over near Ueno at 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
So I'm not quite sure what to do, whether to either set up here and tap and carve some and watch my watch and run out of here at 8:30. Because I have to leave here by about 8:30, 8:35. So I'm not sure, gang, if it makes any sense to do a stream tomorrow. I don't know. It might just be better. Well, actually, it's better for my peace of mind too, whatever.
Yeah.
Just to put a hold on tomorrow's stream, because it's filming all day long. It'll be early morning right through till night. So
I'll carve for you.
that reminds me, in that the TV schedule is set. There's a TV announcement to make. I wrote it on a piece of notepaper. Is it right? Is it right there by the computer? Or? Yeah, here. That's the bill from City Hall for some taxes.
All right.
This program. I can't remember the pronunciation of it. Nippon. Come on, Cameron, how's your kanji? Something. Shinsatsudan. That's it.
Is that it? Okay.
Yeah. Congratulations.
All right.
Hey, good,
I wouldn't have tried.
No, he's studied kanji much more than I have. Yeah, that's being broadcast.
Can you read it?
It's an hour and a half or something long program. We don't have the whole thing. We're in there. Anyway, okay. Maybe we can type it in the whatever. Yeah. It's TV Asahi, and this is local Japanese time. It's going to be the 1st of September. Yeah. The program starts at 6:30, and our segment starts somewhere after 7:30.
Okay.
And we've got about 15 minutes in there, and David is pontificating about Hokusai, why foreigners respect Hokusai.
What channel is this?
It's, I don't know, it's TV Asahi.
Okay,
so I don't know what the number is.
Right.
This is not internet broadcast, this is domestic Japanese broadcast only. And it's September the 1st, these are Japanese times. And the program itself starts at 6:30, but we're nowhere near that part of it. There's all kinds of other things happening. Our segment comes on somewhere after 7:30, she said. I think the whole program runs until 8 o'clock, I'm not sure.
Okay.
And of course it's all in Japanese. The point of them, what they've done is, what they did first was, they went out into the streets near Shinjuku with a microphone, stopping foreigners. And they said, what was it? Respect, what's the theme here? Respect suru Nihonjin. I'm not quite sure what they mean by that, and I'm not sure what English words they said when they were sticking the microphone to the people. They probably said, who do you know? What famous Japanese do you know? Or something. Or maybe they said, what Japanese do you respect? I have no idea. Yeah. And they made a list, top blah, blah, blah. And it's the top 3 or something they're featuring on this program. So the program that starts at 6:30 is probably number 1 or number 2 or number 3, whatever, I don't know. And in the list came Hokusai. So after they realized they're going to have to feature Hokusai, they started searching on the net, the TV program.
Right.
They came up with my name, they came over here, and I gave them what they wanted. They stuck a microphone in my face and said, tell us why you think Hokusai is wonderful. And about 6 hours later, they shut me off. Or whatever, I'm slightly exaggerating, but whatever it goes. And I have no idea what they used from this segment. I talked about basically every Hokusai print we have in the shop here, pointing at this and talking about this. And of course, it's all in Japanese. So. Anyway, for those of you who have access to domestic Japanese TV, there is that one. Then we'll have another TV announcement to make a little bit later, the 1-hour program that they're currently filming, which I'll be filming tomorrow. Yeah. That's coming up soon. And that's going to be on BS Japan. Laugh every time I hear the name of that thing, whatever. So, and we'll give you times and dates on that once we get a little bit closer. And because it's satellite broadcast, it might be accessible overseas. I don't know. No idea. I don't know any details about that. So.
And I think there are some websites that probably
well, that's what happened last time.
Unsavory.
Well, I don't know, not that. Last time I had a TV program to announce, there was people here. There is some kind of overseas service where you pay a monthly fee and you can see all Japanese domestic TV. And what happened last time, I guess, in a free trial.
Got it.
So just before our program started, some people signed up for this service for a free trial, watched our program, taped it, passed it around to some other people.
And then canceled their free month.
I don't know, whatever. Yeah, but I really don't know much about that, I'm sorry. So.
Okay.
But anyway, we'll keep you updated as it goes. So we just finish off this last little bit of this, and then I guess we should make that clear that there probably won't be a stream tomorrow. I'll put an announcement on the thing. Due to pressures of, what's the word, due to the call of media duty or whatever. I can't do a full stream tomorrow, so.
Someone named I Like to Dance Naked says, Dave, you look younger. Yep, and I'm a ventriloquist.
You want to explain then? Or
No, I'm Cameron.
or somebody else explain?
Yeah, I'm sure people jump in here. I'm here, helping out. Sometimes you call me a wingman. You're just...
My hands are the ones, this is Dave speaking, my hands are the ones who are carving right now. The main camera is focused on the block.
Mine are up here.
And the broadcast camera, the laptop camera, is looking at Cameron.
Yeah.
Gets confusing, I'm sorry.
Yep.
Maybe we need a third camera in another corner of the screen that's showing the scene, both of
the
us
whole
sitting
scene,
here,
yeah.
so people can see what's going on. I don't know. Not really sure. The video interface just runs one video. If I have another camera, we need a whole separate video interface. I don't know if that little old Mac will explode or what.
Yeah. Seems like it's already working pretty hard.
At least it's working. Remember all the video trouble we used to have back to that old stupid black magic thing?
Yeah.
I can't say enough bad things about that. Whatever, I don't care.
It was
I don't care.
rubbish.
I don't
It
care.
didn't
was
work at all.
So I'm not usually hostile about products that I try and don't like. Whatever doesn't suit me, somebody else likes it, that's okay. But that thing was a pile of crap.
It just didn't do...
What it was advertised, and it
Yeah.
was never, whatever, it's okay. Don't start grumbling again.
Yeah.
You got me on this yesterday, grumbly Dave, It's so easy, to get into the grumbly mood. So be careful. Please help me keep away from it.
Okay. This new product is fantastic. This Magewell one works beautifully. We don't have any loose connections. It's very
No, and it was plug and play. The funny thing is, we bought it through Amazon.com and had it shipped over here because we found a company that was willing to ship to Japan. And after we got it and plugged it in and tried it, I got some kind of automated email from the company I bought it from. Said, if you're enjoying our product, we'd appreciate, maybe heading over and giving a good review on Amazon.com. I thought, all right, sign me up.
Yeah.
So I followed the link, went over there, and it doesn't work in Safari.
Oh, no.
I tried to leave a good review. I typed it all out, typed it all up, blah, 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 hit the save, boop, came rolled back to the same page. So I went to look and see, is my review there? Nope, my review wasn't there. So I go back, and they kept sending me emails every couple of weeks. They'll say,
no.
We really would appreciate it if you could perhaps think about leaving a review. That's exactly. I am trying, you bastards. So I gave up. But they eventually gave up too. I don't get the emails anymore. So.
Oh, that's funny.
So the Amazon system doesn't allow a 2-year-old browser, literally a 2-year-old browser, to use their functions. I'm sorry.
The new product is not garbage.
I'm very, 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 very happy with it. I can't be happy with it. It's plug and play. It gets really hot. I think once we had a problem. Remember upstairs in the middle of the summer, about a month ago, I was streaming upstairs, and we did have video problems. But I'm not even ready to blame it on the video unit. The computer itself was staggering under the heat load.
Yeah, it was hot.
So I'm not ready to blame the... No, total plug and play happiness.
Yeah. Very smooth, easy to use.
There's something else I was supposed to ask you about or remind you about while we were on the stream, but I can't remember what it was. I'm sorry.
Have you heard anything about PHP or Perl? I have not.
Oh, no, but I didn't make a proper announcement about what we knew, so I forgot. That was on my list of things to do yesterday. So I'll try and do that. You can toss it to the stream with a bit more information. There might be somebody who can help us with that. But I didn't get ready for it, so.
That's all right. Just wasn't sure if that was the thing
Yes,
that we've been trying to remind each other.
Crazy again yesterday. Usual thing, just guess. You know, we had light party, so it should have been easy. But so many people in and out and in and out. Today, I don't know. I've got to get out of here to the bath, or I'm going to be. The girls take us, and it's just going to kick me out. Really. She's not hesitant. She'll say, Dave, did you forget your shower this morning? Or something. Shiba-san too, also. Those two, Shiba-san and Teiko-san. Huh. I'm not complaining. They're really good at this. Yeah. They know I'm careless a bit sometimes, and they let me know. So it's good. It's funny because we're going to Jakotsu on Friday with the TV crew. So 2 days in a row.
They're taking you to, was it somewhere in Ueno, you said?
We're going to go, what we're going to do, the plan is for the program's filming tomorrow, we're going to go visit Shimano-san. This is the wife of the man who used to prepare our woodblocks. He was a woodblock carving, planing craftsman. And he died, now it'll be 1999, he died something around 20 years ago. And we're visiting her. She's a friendly little lady. We'll chat about the old days, or, you know. Yeah. What the program wants is some of my early experiences in Asakusa, because they're trying to tie together this guy with Asakusa. That's the hook they're trying to put the program together with. So after that, he wants to walk around the arcade and the shopping, and he wants me to try and talk about how it's all changed just in the few years that I've been here, which it has. It's dramatically changing. What most people's image of Asakusa is going to be gone. And maybe I give it 5 years, 10 years, it's going to be gone. You know. The new shops in the arcade and stuff. So he wants my take on that. Then he wants to do stuff with my life in Asakusa, like going to the public bath, what restaurants do I like. He's tried to arrange 3 or 4 restaurants, the places I go, and they've said, nope, busy, nope, too busy, nope, too busy, sorry, nope, too busy. We've been on TV too many times, nope, can't do it. He's been frustrated trying to find a place that
not even
that
a little cafe across the street?
That's a Western, he wants a Japanese.
Oh, he wants a Japanese place, okay.
So that's on the schedule for the evening. We're going to go somewhere. I don't even know what he's lined up. We're going to go somewhere. I'm supposed to take Kawai-san or somebody with me. So if you want to hang around, you can be on TV. And where else are we going? I forget. Give me a list somewhere. I don't even remember.
Have you decided on your favorite kanji yet?
Yes, I've decided what to do. I'm going to do it with a twist. I've decided what to do.
Okay.
Actually, I've got plan A and plan B. I told him yesterday, he was here yesterday for planning. I didn't tell him all of what I'm planning, because I said I don't want to talk about it in advance of doing it. And it's what he, how can I explain this? What I wanted to do is I want to do this in the studio, which is what's happening. In the studio, what they do is they have a conversation, then they start talking about what's your favorite kanji. And what they've been doing in the past is the subject, me, prepares it in advance with the crew. So the crew has seen it, and the crew carries it to the studio. And then when I'm in the studio, they ask me, what's my favorite kanji, blah, blah, blah. We start talking, I hum and haw. And then the studio people, the TV people, hold it up and announce it. It's something that I drew the day before or something like that. That's their plan, which is too bad, because the twist I want to put on this is actually involves me drawing this. But that may... So I told him my plan yesterday. He said, that would be cool. And I'm not sure if we can make it happen. So we're going to talk about this today. I can talk about this on the stream. Can I put it back so it's talking?
Yes.
The deal about this kanji thing, they want me as part of the whole program, you know, as we mentioned before, what's your favorite kanji? I'm supposed to come up with something like key, wood, because my life depends on wood, or, you know, whatever it is, schlock story that might make it. And I don't really play these games normally. One, I don't want to be a performing seal on TV, and second, it's just such a hackneyed subject. What's the word? Cliched subject. So I thought what I would do is this. When they were in the studio, I said, David, what's your favorite kanji? Here's a piece of paper, here's a brush. Draws your favorite kanji. What I thought I would do is this. Take something that is an asymmetrical kanji. Just in terms of, just think about the English letters. If we're going to do the letter B, my name is Bo, so the letter B is my favorite letter. And I get the brush out, and the paper's in front of me, and I do the strokes, and I make the downstroke, and then I make the curve of the B, and actually, it's backwards. It's mirror imaged. And I'm doing this with kanji, remember? And the people on the table are going to go, I'm left-handed to do this. I'm left-handed doing this backwards.
Yeah.
And I don't know what reaction will be. They're going to sit there in stunned silence, or they're going to talk to me or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'll look at them around, I'm a left-handed person, so this is how we do this. What if I draw this thing backwards? And then when everybody's like, what's going on? I say, to hold it up, to see this properly, of course, you have to look at it from the back side. And I hold it up backwards, and they can read the character normal. Now, why am I doing this? What's going on? I'm a wood carver. I carve everything backwards. I don't write lettering the right way around, blah, blah, blah. There's the joke, and ha, 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 everybody claps, and wait, we're doing this.
Yeah.
But the problem is it doesn't work, because what he wants is to use a thick keyboard, which you can't see from the back. And also he wants me to do it here today so that he can carry it there.
Right.
Which doesn't work. The joke doesn't work. So last night when he was here, I left and I sent him off with that idea.
Yeah.
And he's like, Mom, I can't make decisions myself. I have to ask somebody upstairs. So it may happen and it may not happen. I don't know. So if they were willing to go along with me to this line, I told them, I'll do it. Let's do it. Cool. But he's such a... It's just such a... Crumple.
But you really enjoy being on TV. It's a lot of fun.
Anyway, there we are. Let's leave it at that. Let's leave it at that. I don't know. We haven't really followed the stream. Cameron and I will look at it later to try and see what's going on here.
Okay.
Any suggestions about the folding stuff? Wherever you put those folding things, whatever, drop us an email or something, or just stand by and we'll talk about it on another stream. I'm not quite sure if we can do this later. Anyway, it's out there. Let's just see where it goes and let's see what happens with it. We'll keep the blocks standing by so we can come back to this on the next stream. Then the announcement, I've really got to make a decision. I'm supposed to be filming tomorrow at 9 o'clock near Wayno. I've got to leave here at 8:30. It makes no sense to start a stream at 8 o'clock, I'm sorry. So really tomorrow there will be no stream due to heavy media pressure on it. Sorry about that, guys. Saturday, we will be back here Saturday, either doing more on this block or sizing upstairs, or I don't know, something else. There's lots to do. Okay. Thank you for your patience. We're off and running here. I'll see you next time. Thanks, Cameron and Sam.
Yep. Thanks, everyone.
So it's my job to shut this down today, is it? Good. Thanks, guys. See you next time, same station, 2 days from now on Saturday. Thanks for your patience. Hot mic. What should we do with this hot mic, Cameron? Can I give you anything to say? I know. It's brought to you today by, on your screen. Shut her down, guy. Let's get out of here. Bye.